North Vancouver Island Culinary Association. I'm not going to lie, that sounds pretty boring. But it's not because...
What are you talking about?
Come on.
Trying to throw me under the bus here?
Fill in the gap. It's not because...
It's because it is what I do, right?
Okay.
I am the president of the North Vancouver Island Chefs Association. I thought I'd just reach out to everyone and be, hey, if you're a cook, if you're someone in the industry, this is something you should get involved with.
Welcome to the Edible Valley Podcast.
We want to invite you as we embark on a culinary journey through the heart of Vancouver Island.
From the fertile fields
To the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean.
we'll explore the stories behind the food that nourishes us.
Tune in to each episode as we deep dive into the flavors, the traditions, and the innovations that make this a true paradise.
Now please join us as we explore our Edible Valley.
Hello, thanks for joining us. This is Edible Valley Podcast, episode number 200. And I'm William Stringer.
And I'm Chef Jonathan Frazier, and I think the word you're looking for is a lot of podcasts.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's like 200 and ridiculous now.
Yeah, we're over the 250 mark.
We're
here for
there.
sure.
Now, this is going to be a slightly snappier podcast, but it's going to be one that's filled with information.
Well, it is, and I was thinking because we've kind of been off a little bit because of life and everything, and I've been so devoted to the Culinary Association right now that I thought maybe it's a little bit of a time to talk about it and do a little rah-rah and sort of promote the industry a little bit.
It seems, and I'm going to just put this out there again, it's a boring name. It's a boring name, but listen, because this is kind of, as far as I can see it, the operating system that kind of controls what goes on at that base level with food in the Comox Valley.
Well, and it's not even the Comox Valley because we are expanding our borders. And so now we have incorporated into Nanaimo. So basically the North...
Do they know?
They do.
Because this sounds exciting. I love a good invasion.
No, we reached out because what we realized is we had this whole section of Vancouver Island, and especially with Vancouver Island University, which has an amazing culinary.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as NIC, but that's just my... Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there that we've started including them in there. So now we have an opportunity to really reach out to more younger chefs, anyone in the industry, to give them support and sort of promote our industry and be sort of the people who are rah-rah, the champions behind all the cooks that do all the hard work and provide all the amazing food for people across
I love it.
Our area.
You know, when you walk out that door and you think, oh my gosh, I've got so many options here in the Comox Valley when I want to buy fresh food. We just take it for granted. I mean, we now do, first place is Comox Valley Farmers, second is Seafoots, third is the Old Farm Market, bloody love the place, and then Thrifties if I'm doing a quick shop. I actually like Thrifties, good quality, not the cheapest in the world,
That's true.
but it's close to where I live, and that there's so many options.
We do not live in a food desert.
No, I was just going to mention food deserts. I mean, there are and we should talk about food deserts at some point.
Yes.
You know, but there are so many places we can get fresh food here, so many restaurants. We are really, really connected to that pulse. And one of the reasons for that is these organizations that tie things together.
Exactly. And that's what, as part of the North Vancouver Island Culinary Association, that we reach out. We're a non-profit organization. You know, it's all volunteer-led.
Nice.
Everyone who's in our organization is a volunteer, right? We do this because we want to do it. We love food. And so we had the most amazing opportunity this weekend. We're down at the Farmers Market, and it was Food Day Canada. So I don't know if you know what Food Day Canada is. Anyways, so Anita Stewart began this back in the late, missing my dates. Way back.
Yeah.
And it was about the beef industry. It took a real beating, right? Because it was because of some diseases and stuff with the cattle. And
I know I'm British. You can mention foot and mouth disease and BSE. You're not going to offend me.
Anyways, there was lots of restrictions on Canadians. Beef. So she reached out and decided to create some dinners and really promote it around Canada and promoting our beef. Right. And from that, it expanded out, and it encompasses all across Canada. And it's something that's much more popular back east because she is from Ontario, and she was at Guelph University, and she's basically brought that across, even though I will say 2 of her sons actually live here on Vancouver Island.
Nice.
One up in Campbell River, one down in Victoria. Anyways, they're big supporters of it, and she passed away a few years ago.
Right.
But the three brothers are still really pushing and promoting that legacy. And so that's with the Culinary Association this weekend. We went down to the farmers market, of course, our beautiful Comox Valley Farmers Market. And basically became a black box competition. So I had myself, and I think there was about 8 chefs there. And we just went, and I said, Leslie Stav, Chef Leslie. We gave her a wheelbarrow and a helper, and she went out and she just ransacked everyone. She bought
from the actual market stalls.
She went to the market and she would buy stuff. She bought stuff from people. She got stuff donated, and then she wheeled it back to us, and she said, "There you go." And then so it was a time. So we had everything going. We made some nice salads. We did some like a roasted potato salad. We had this, I did a nice frittata with a little smoked seaweed on top of it. I did a couple omelets.
It's a little bit like MasterChef.
Oh, it's a little bit, but like literally we're just putting up portions as fast as we could. And I have to throw a big thank you out to Natural Pastures Cheese, because I was there. They had the Chamber of Commerce event there. Anyways, I went and helped them out, did some video work for them. Anyways, I asked them, can I get a little bit of cheese? They must have given me about 10 pounds of cheese.
Really? And it's not cheap, is it?
No, they were absolutely so generous. And they're like, take this down to the market and hand it out. And so we had the smoked Pacific fire pepper verdelet. We had some chive and garlic verdelet. And then we were doing barbecued brie wheels. So we were barbecuing that up, and then Heavenly Libations gave us some of their shrub that we reduced down with blueberries. So it was a rhubarb ginger blueberry sauce on top. Oh, we're talking like people were just drooling. It was just amazing.
This is the first week I haven't been to the farmer's market in months. What on earth is going on?
Yeah. Anyways, and that's like one of the events that we get to do, and that's a giving back. We actually did take a donation. And so I think we made $100 or something like that.
Amazing.
And that's going to go back into supporting the community in some way.
Just back into it.
I know we're going to do a fundraiser with the children's telethon this year. So we're going to offer.
Great. I'll be there. I represent the Jets.
Yeah.
Now, awesome opportunity to quickly mention. Thank you so much to 98.9 Jet FM, the Comox Valley's best rock. We are in their state-of-the-art downtown Courtney studios right now, riding the jet and enjoying it.
Oh, man, I see the lights flying by us.
Yeah, do you know there's
some snowbirds on the wall?
They've got the snowbirds. They've actually got a landing strip. So when you turn the microphones on and we go on air, there are these landing strips, and it's the jet. I mean, come on.
You can't get any better than that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what we did. And so that's one of the events. We've done other Back to Basics where we went in at the Native Sons Hall, and we actually did cooking classes for people and gave samples of food from the market. So we do one on squash. We did one on maple syrup and stuff like that. So it's just fun little events for us to do and really share all the great abundance and food we have to do. So
bloody hell. Nice.
Anyways, stay tuned next year. I think we're going to take Food Day Canada to the next level.
Any hints?
So it may be something like a barbecue.
Okay.
A very big barbecue.
Oh, like a massive barbecue.
I'm not going to say anything more than that. Anyways, we're going to invite a lot of people out there.
Okay.
And really get a chance to share with people the great food that we have, not only here in Comox Valley, but in Canada in general. So.
Wow.
It's a pretty special one. So I guess I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Chefs Association, because that's one of the great events we've done. We also do farm tours. We've done Tree Island Yogurt, Forest Valley Farm. We got to go check out all their lettuce, hydroponic lettuces and stuff.
Hydroponic lettuce?
Yeah.
So
cleanest lettuce I've ever seen. I
actually sold, I'm a realtor, by the way. I sold 40 acres of land. And it's in down Macaulay, and they're looking at turning it into a hydroponic farm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a little family from Cumberland. I mean, they are absolutely awesome. I love them. A really beautiful family, and they work so hard. They're such pure people. I know they're going to make a great success of this, and I can't wait to introduce them to the folks at the farmers market
and do a little podcast with them eventually too.
Oh yeah, that's great. Really mixing the two. I love it.
All right, so jumping back with the association, of course, education's a big thing with us. We do scholarships every year. We basically, I think we've set it up now that we basically have about $5,000 that we can give out every year.
Wow.
to students or anyone in the industry who's
new
looking
talent.
to learn something and progress. I mean, the thing is you need to be involved.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest thing. If you're involved, if you come out to events, you volunteer,
Yeah.
and you be a part of the group,
Yeah.
we will pay you for that.
Wow.
We will give you money, right?
And are you finding that young people are being drawn to the island? People from the island are staying on the island, and people from outside the island are coming to the island that are in this industry. Is it snowballing?
I think it is. I mean, our industry is struggling a little bit,
Yeah.
and it has been for years, right?
Yeah.
Like people have been stepping out of it. I blame a little bit of the Gordon Ramsay syndrome.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to take your plate and throw it on the ground and make you feel like a horrible person for trying to attempt.
That's
you know?
interesting. I think that's a bad thing.
I think that's a bad thing. I think honestly, what he's done is he's created a negative environment.
Okay. Yeah.
As a chef, I've never taken someone's plate and thrown it in the garbage. You know? There's way better ways to work with that. There's way better ways to give feedback, and there's way better ways to work with people. So.
I mean, I used to live for a short period of time. I lived in Kingston, Ontario, and I worked in a restaurant. I'm not going to say who it is. Quite a famous restaurant in Kingston, Ontario, and the chef, absolute legend, will remain unnamed. Also quite well known, and you know, every couple of weeks you just hear sort of screaming, and he was firing someone, and he would chase them down the street, and I said, you can't do this. Isn't Italy? That's not how you deal with, you know. But you know, he did it. It's tremendously successful. So you know, fair play.
Yeah.
You know,
but I mean, those restaurants are dying now.
Right.
It's really people aren't going to put them through that abuse. So
right. Yeah.
It's trying to convince people and show that you know there's support for you out there.
Yeah. But you don't, and that's fine. Actually, you think this, but I'm gonna hold you to the fire a little bit. You don't think that pushes people to make them better? That because you know, arguably that's how Ramsay got there, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I think Ramsay got there because he had a lot of support
And money.
When you have support and have money behind you, you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's really. But if you have someone who's shitting on you. Sorry, my language.
You kind of dubbed yourself a little bit there.
I did.
On you.
But like, you know what? Like there is an environment that's a negative environment. And I don't like to see that. Yeah. And I've been in that environment. Yeah. I started approaching that environment in my career at times, just the stress and the non-support from the people around me, right? Yeah. And it's not a good place to be in. And that's what leads to burnout. And that's why people collapse. And that's why you know, you have a lot of problems in our industry. So
what you're describing sounds like the absolute antithesis of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that definitely with the Culinary Association, which is our parent organization, I think we have 23 branches across Canada. Yeah. Right. In every major area like Calgary and Edmonton, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan. You know, Ontario has a couple, and the East Coast has a whole bunch. We don't need to talk about them, even though they're great guys. Because the New Brunswick group, they just set up the national convention in Moncton, and it was absolutely a week of just absolutely the most amazing food I've seen in my life, and the most camaraderie I've ever seen. Because cooks, when we get together, you know what, we hug. It's really? Totally. It's amazing. Like you haven't seen these people for a year. We get together maybe once a year and we hit this room and it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you. And it's like you've made a bond with them. So that's like, it's pretty incredible the energy you get from these. So
you say New Brunswick, and every time anyone mentions New Brunswick, I get a bit surprised because I'm like, oh, I forgot about New Brunswick. Hi, guys.
Yeah, it's like Port Alberni. It's not just a pass-through place. It's a beautiful spot you have to stop in. So
it kind of makes me think of Delaware.
Oh, yeah?
Because let's be honest, who thinks of Delaware? But it's a great place.
Exactly.
You know? Now, Eva's calling me madly, so you're gonna talk, and I'm gonna read the text.
Well, I am gonna talk about, we did our biggest thing we've just done this year, which was, we're going to do again, but probably wait for next fall. We did a freezer raffle for scholarships to actually put money in our bank account for this. So we actually did a freezer. We were donated a freezer by Parker and Appliances, stand upright freezer, and we filled it full of food from all of our chefs.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a problem with our chefs.
Right.
We're a little too good at our jobs. So we may have accidentally filled 2 freezers for this woman who won it. Because when we dropped it off and we started bringing all the food, we filled the brand new freezer full. And then she had a freezer there and we filled half of that too.
Was she over the moon?
She was over the moon. And you know what? It was amazing because she's celiac, but she has a big family. And so she had a lot of food that she could eat in there. Right. It was good for her. Yeah. But she had a lot of food that she could also give her family too.
Wow. Okay.
So, there was you can name a dish, it was probably in there. It was anything you could freeze, we could put in there. We had breads in there, like pre-made doughs for baking bread. We had sauces from romesco to pesto. We had
what's she going to do when it runs out? She's going to just...
You know what? I feel like she's got almost a year's worth of food in there, right? I feel like she's maybe a quarter of the way through so far. So anyways, that was a great thing for us to be able to do that. So it's just one of those things, this organization, we like to give back to the community. Yeah. So like we're giving back to... We've given to Lush Valley. We've given to the Transition Society. We've done lots of these things. So it's nice to be able to give back. We've done Christmas dinners for the homeless. We did a thing at the food bank where we taught people how to use the food from the food bank. Nice. You know, so
because it's easy to just give that to people. But I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, no, actually, I do know. You're a chef, so you would know. But I wouldn't know how to use everything. What on earth is that?
It was just
They'd say that's an apple, Mr. Stringer.
You
know what I mean?
We made black bean brownies, and they were absolutely amazing.
Right? Oh, I
love
love black bean and chickpea brownies.
Anyways, so that's our association, and we branch out across Canada. We're also part of the World Association of Chefs, which is WAX, which is even more interesting, which they hold a meeting every year for a week long, and they have chefs from all over the world. And I think actually Calgary has applied to host it in the next couple of years. So that will be pretty incredible if that actually comes up, and I will definitely be there. So
now you want people to join, I presume.
You know what? If you're interested, you're just curious about it, send us an email. Check out our website, the North Vancouver Island Culinary
ediblevalley@gmail.com.
ediblevalley@gmail. You can check out that one. There's links to it there. Yeah, you check it out and just see if there's something that fits in you. We have 3 different styles of membership. We have a federation, which is for people who are Red Sealed certified chefs. We have a young chef grouping. So those is really fairly inexpensive for the year to get involved with that. And someone who's just entered into the industry.
Nice.
So if you just started at a cooking school, or if you're in high school and you want to get involved, boom.
That level.
Get level. I'll put your name in our email list. Come out to event, just show up. And then we have associates. And associates, we have both a business and an individual. So if you're an individual who wants to come out, and we have lots of people who aren't chefs, but they just love being in the food industry, so they come out.
Amazing. All right. Well, you heard it here first. And if you don't know the way of contacting, just find any of us on socials. We'll direct you to the right place. Thank you so much, John. Actually, not so boring, really useful.
Thanks,
you made it interesting as well. So thanks very much. And we will be back very soon. We've got some ideas. We're going to do one on food deserts. I've just decided that. Bertram from Rad Farm, he doesn't realise I'm going to approach him on a live camera at the farmer's market on Saturday.
And then we got Shamrock Farm's going to be in here because she is one of our best listeners there.
Okay. All right. Love it. So thank you very much for listening as always. Cheers to the Jet for letting us use the studio. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Also to Kent Shoemaker. He is about to record Here and Now. Do listen to it. It's always worth a listen. Great music, and you learn something every single time. For now, though, this is William Stringer.
And I'm Chef Jonathan Fraser.
And you are with the Edible Valley Podcast.